Well, I've been retired for a little bit over a year now. People ask me, how do you like retirement? And my answer is usually, well, I loved doing what I did. My calling as a pastor when I was doing that. Now I love what I'm doing now. Before I retired, people used to say to me, oh, when you retired, you're going to find out you're much busier than you are now. And I thought to myself, well, they didn't have my job. And it's true. I was walking to church the other day and I was thinking, boy, it's nice not to be overburdened and exhausted. It really is not. Again, I'm not complaining. I loved what I did and I loved giving myself fully to the Lord, but it's a different stage of life now, and I'm okay with that. Well, I've heard people say, and I've said it myself, I don't believe in retirement. You can't find retirement in the Bible. I think I know what they mean, and I know what I meant by that. That is, you should never stop serving the Lord and being active in your church in every way you can. But there are seasons of life, and those seasons require us to adapt for our own good and for the good of those around us. The Bible does recognize that there are different stages of life, and some are more productive than others. In Leviticus chapter 27, the Lord, through Moses, gives Israel regulations about the fulfillment of vows in which a person might vow himself, pledge himself, and or family members to the service of the Lord. Rather than actually spending the rest of your life serving in the temple, there was an amount that you could pay. And the amount is different according to the different age of life that you happen to be. A child up to 5 years is valued at 5 shekels. Young men up to age 20 come in at 20 shekels. And then Leviticus 27:3. The valuation of a male from 20 years old up to 60 years shall be 50 shekels of silver. That's a lot of money. According to the shekel of the sanctuary. And then in verse 7, and if the person is 60 years old or over, then the valuation of a male shall be 15 shekels. So here I am at 71 years old. I am a 15 shekel man. Now, 15 shekels is still a lot of money, but it ain't 50 shekels. Because I'm not as productive as I was in the years between 20 and 60, say. If I may suggest the logic behind this, up to 5 years, the kid is pretty much non-productive, mostly gets in the way and costs a lot of money to support. Up to age 20, a young man starting to work, but without the advantage of experience and a fully developed work ethic. Now, from 20 to 60, those are the most productive years. From 60 on, you begin to slow down. Of course, these are generalizations, and modern medicine and nutrition have extended our lifespan and our productive years, so don't take the numbers specifically, but it's giving a general principle that there are stages in life and some are more productive than others. Then there's Numbers chapter 8. Verses 23 through 26 give the retirement age for Levites who served in Israel's worship. And the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, this applies to the Levites from 25 years old and upward. They shall come to do the duty in the service of the tent of meeting. And from the age of 50 years, they shall withdraw from the duty of the service and serve no more. They minister to their brothers in the tent of meeting by keeping guard, but they shall do no service. Thus shall you do to the Levites in assigning their duties. Mandatory retirement at age 50, isn't that something? Do notice, however, that after age 50, they do keep working by, here it mentions keeping guard. And I can't help but think of Walmart greeters, so there's obviously more to it than that. Just they can't do the heavy lifting, the big work that is done by the Levites in the earlier ages of life. And then here in the Bible is a good example of someone who was forced to retire for his own good. 2 Samuel chapter 21, verses 15 through 17, takes place when King David is getting older. There was war between the Philistines and Israel, and David went down together with his servants, and they fought against the Philistines. And David grew weary. And Ishbi-Benob, one of the descendants of the giants, whose spear weighed 300 shekels of bronze, and who was armed with a new sword, thought to kill David. But Abishai, the son of Zeruiah, came to his aid and attacked the Philistine and killed him. Then David's men swore to him, you shall no longer go out with us to battle, lest you quench the lamp of Israel. So basically, the men said to David, Your Majesty, you're going to get yourself killed. You've done your part, you've done your share, you step back now, let the younger man go out to battle. Now again, it would be wrong to take these specific regulations and apply them wholesale directly to us today. These are part of divine regulations given to Israel as a theocracy. And what we need to do with this type of regulation in the Bible is find the principles, the wise, godly principles that are in it, and then apply them to our situation today. Here, principles as I see them. I think they're pretty clear. Number one, there are stages of life that will require you to adopt accordingly. Number two, one of those stages is old age, which to one degree or another will bring a diminishing of our mental and physical capacities. Read Ecclesiastes chapter 12 for a poetic description of the deprivations of old age, and it does happen to all of us. Number three, shifting down a gear does not mean stopping altogether. I should keep serving God and my fellow man for as long as I have breath. For that reason, I really don't like the word retired, to be honest with you. I prefer reassigned. Still serving the Lord, just in a different capacity. Hey, I may be only a 15 shekel man, but 15 shekels was still a lot of money. And anyway, I'm worth 3 times as much as a 5-year-old. That's something. I just want to be sure that I give my full 15 shekels to the Lord.